What is going on YouTube? Today I want to talk to you about making these simple pumpkins. My name's Andy, this is Cedar River Woodworking, and welcome to the shop. Now these pumpkins are going to be made out of 2x10s. Stick around and I will show you how to make it out of different size lumber as well, including 2x8s, 2x6s, and even 2x4s. So we are going to jump down to the saws and I'll show you exactly how we make these.
Start off by measuring out 14 inches on our boards, and then once we have the measured out, we are going to set up a stop block for that so we can make repeatable cuts. If you want to make this more than one time, all you can do is just keep cutting the board over and over again.
So now that we have our pieces cut, we are going to mark center on these boards. The easiest way to do that is by marking diagonally. Find a straight edge and line it up corner to corner. Mark one way, then mark the other direction, and you're going to have perfect center. Now that we have the center marked out on these, I'm going to take a piece of scrap wood and I'm going to put it underneath one of these pieces, and we're going to drill an 1.5-inch hole into these. Now I'm using a drill guide. You can do this by hand, or if you have a drill press, that's even better. This is a 1.5-inch Forstner bit. I've got a link to all the stuff in the description below if you need some of these tools. So now that we have these two holes drilled, we are going to mark two lines that are perpendicular to the base up to these holes. So now that we have these lines laid out, we're going to go ahead and cut the center part of that out so we have a large U in each one of our boards. Now you can use a jigsaw or a bandsaw to make these cuts. I'm going to go ahead and use a bandsaw because that's what I have at my disposal. If you have a fence on it, that's going to make it a lot easier to make these cuts. So back here at the miter station, we're going to go ahead and cut the corners off of this. And what I'm going to do, since we already have our stop block set up for our 14 inches, we're going to take 1.5 inches off. So I'm going to take one of the offcuts from the center there, just butt it up against our stop block that we had from before. Now we're going to take 1.5 inches off of these pieces here. We're going to go ahead and set up the miter saw to 45 degrees. Now that we have that set up, we're going to cut the corners off of each one of these boards. Now back on the assembly table, we are going to assemble these. Now how these work, this one's going to be right side up, the other one's going to be upside down, and they are just going to slide into each other. Now it's going to be a really tight fit. I doubt you'll even need any glue for it. That makes it good, so every year you can take them apart, pack them away if you wanted to. Now the straighter and tighter you made those joints, the more this gap inside of here is going to look better. Now, like I said, you can make these plenty of different ways. You can make them short, wide, tall and skinny like this one here. You can use a 2x4 or 2x6. Just use similar dimensions, cut the corners at whatever degree angle that you wanted to, and you can make them. Now, let's put a stem on here and complete the look of this thing. So don't tell anybody, but off camera, I went over to my neighbors and I stole a branch from them. Now, this is going to be our stem on top of here. This is gonna give us a nice natural look to contrast the paint that we're gonna have on this in the future. How we're gonna attach this is we're going to drill another hole. This is a 1/2-inch Forstner bit that we're gonna use on here. Again, there's a link in the description for an entire kit for this. So this is a 1/2-inch Forstner bit. We're gonna use a 1/2-inch dowel. This is about 4 inches long. I'm gonna drill a little bit into here, a little bit into the branch, and then we are going to glue it in place. So for this project, I'm going to be using Titebond 3. Because it is labeled as waterproof, it is acceptable for outdoor projects. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue right here on the stem of this and drive it down into place. Now I'm going to wait and put this on the top here because I'm going to paint and distress this, and then we'll have a final assembly with the stem on top. So here is another pumpkin that I have kind of gotten in paint a little bit. Now you can see that this one is much different than the other one that I built. This has 3-inch corners cut off of it instead of the 1.5 inch. And you can see it is a rather beat up piece of wood, and that is okay because that's going to give us a lot more of that distressed look that we want. This has a black base coat and then an orange on top of it. Then I'm going to go ahead and sand some of it down to give it even more of a distressed look. Alright, if you've made it this far, I'm assuming that you liked the video, so please consider subscribing and hitting the like button below. If you have any questions or would like to get in contact with us, please leave a comment down in the comment section below about which pumpkin that you like best. We have the 14-inch. This is the one that we went over on today. There is a 10-inch. This is the one with the 3-inch corners cut off of it. Or there is an 8-inch. This one's just painted orange directly on top of the wood, so you get some striping and some cool features that way. Let us know if you have anything else that you would like to see from us. For now, my name has been Andy. This has been Cedar River Woodworking, and I'll see you in the next video.